And I think definitely even before the season started, we had our spring season with our returners, and it just the atmosphere in the gym seemed completely different. It seemed like we knew what we needed to do and we were there every day ready to perform. And then we got our freshman class coming in and they were all rock stars. And honestly, it was that first preseason practice, like the first double day, and it was our first time competing and we were just going after it. And it was so cool just to see that, like, even from the start, the competitiveness on both sides of the net, like everyone wanted it. Everyone wanted to play and everyone wanted to make an impact on the team and lead in their own way possible. And it just, I don't know, from that very first day, it seemed like, hey, we have something here. I think we had a lot of confidence, but we weren't cocky. And I think being able to host at home, NAU has the best fans ever. And you do have that upper hand of kind of being at a higher elevation, things like that. So there's always home gym advantage, and we wanted to use it as much as we could. And I think at that point too, our team chemistry and everything about how we were playing just kept getting better every single match, where I think it wouldn't have mattered where we'd played. I think we would have been ready to just show our stuff and do what we know how to do. But it was definitely a lot sweeter winning it at NAU. Those 3 days are still like some of the best days of my life. I think, even the first two matches, the quarterfinals and the semifinals, like we played some of the best volleyball I've ever seen. It was so cool just to see our team clicking at the right moment and just how much we were loving it out there. I just think, like, you look at like the pure joy that was in everyone's face on and off the court and on the fans. It was just something I wish I could relive. And then the championship match and having Roll sold out, and then having people like standing in the staircases, like everything about it was so just, it's a day I'll never forget. And I think just how loud it was and winning that final point was, I don't know, like you still get chills about it. And I know other people have kind of said like, oh, it wasn't the way we wanted to win it because it kind of ended on a call, but it's still just one of the happiest moments. And I think just realizing that everyone on the team contributed to it, the coaches, trainers, everything about it that year was so special and unique, and being able to experience it with everyone in Flagstaff and with our families it's truly incredible. It definitely did. I mean, playing at USC, even though we didn't play against them, that gym is unreal. And it was just, yeah, it's something you work so hard to do, and to be able to represent our school and be in the NCAA tournament, it's incredible. And I think it was, our first time being there, and you learn and you kind of have to like learn through falling on your face. And I think we kind of felt that there, where it was like, oh man, if we would have done these few things different, like the match could have gone differently. But I don't know, I still remember being in the locker room after that match was over, and you couldn't help but feel proud to be a Lumberjack, and you couldn't help to feel proud of the season that we had. And also feeling sad that, for us seniors, that was the last match ever, but to end at USC and incredible gym with some of your best friends around you was pretty special. It was my favorite season, and it wasn't just that. I honestly feel like I was playing my best volleyball. I think, Ken and I might agree that my junior year was a learning year for me, and a really big sense of kind of like learning how to handle being that six rotation player, getting a lot of sets, everything like that. And just going into my senior year, I wanted to leave it all on the court. And I don't know, there's no way I could have done it though without the team. I mean, people have said, Jensen and I had this connection that just was unreal. Like sometimes I wouldn't even have to say anything and the ball would be right there, which is, I mean, that's all on Jensen. I was not doing my job by talking, and Jensen knew where I was. And it's also getting our team in system, like Stacia running the back row was a huge reason why we were able to like get those sets and everything. And then, I mean, you just talk about everyone on the team. Peyton and Brittany were the middle blockers, and a lot of times they were taking the hitters. So I was able to have, one-on-one hitting or, things like that. And Addie was terminal on the right side. So then it opened up our offense. And then Lauren was just as terminal with everything. So I think with how successful our team was all around, I was able to play my volleyball because everyone else was playing their volleyball and we played as a team. And I think we just made each other so much better in what we were doing that it just kind of came. Oh gosh, that season was just incredible. If I could go back and do it all again, I would do it and I wouldn't change anything about it. I was pretty fortunate. I was able to be back and roll when I was coaching at Montana. And some of my players had asked me, like, how does it feel being back? And it was something where like, you just couldn't help but feel joy all 4 years, all the highs and lows. That season was everything you could imagine. And how special it is to go back to a place that was your home and be happy being there. It was amazing to see, Ken's still there, Anna's still there, and to see your family still around is pretty special. And that year of volleyball was some of my favorite. And I'm just so grateful that it even happened and that I got to do it with the team that we had that year. I think all of us were so unique in who we were and we were all different, which made it that much better. It's not like we were all the same person out there. We had different types of leaders, different types of players, and it just meshed so well. And we just loved being out there. And it was really cool just looking back on it. Like if I could go back and play with that team again, even now, 5 years later, I'd do it in a heartbeat. It's incredible. It's so fun to watch. I still remember like being in front of my TV when we were playing Florida in the 5th set and Kaylee getting that last kill. And like, I screamed. My dogs were kind of like, what is going on? But it's just, you feel so proud to represent the Lumberjacks and then to be an alumni and watching them still succeed and watching that team chemistry still build with different players is pretty incredible. And I think, our team got that first championship and kind of started the era, but I don't know, it started before that too. I always say when I was a freshman, Anna Gott was a senior and I got to be her teammate. And it was that senior class that actually really started it. They kind of set the expectations of who you are when you're a Lumberjack and when you're on the court. And I think because of that, we were able to build it each year. And, it took 4 years for us to get that first championship. And now it's like, that's the precedent. And, when you think of NAU volleyball, it's a team that is going to compete against you. And especially if you're going to play in Flagstaff, that you really have to bring your A game because who knows what can happen. After I was done at NAU, I went and played in Sweden for a year, and that was pretty incredible. We won the Swedish championship, and that was just another really fun moment. And then I played in France for a year. And I think just playing overseas was such an incredible opportunity. And it was just another time for me to just play the sport I love and continue to learn about myself. And being away from family across the world was something that I had to work with and learn what to do. And then after that, I student taught and finally got my degree. So parents are proud with that one. And I taught 5th grade, which was really fun and a really nice year to kind of work with kids and stuff. I always said like they still laughed at my jokes. So that was pretty nice for me. And then last year I was at the University of Montana and I was an assistant coach there. And I got to coach under Allison Lawrence, who is just one of the most incredible people I've ever met and one of the most incredible coaches. And then Dana Hallisey was an assistant there, and I got pretty lucky being able to learn from them. I hit the jackpot. And then now I'm back in Fort Collins, got married, which is pretty exciting. And I'm coaching club volleyball. So I've just been around volleyball and I can see myself being around volleyball the rest of my life. It's changed my life and it's made me who I am. And I hope I can make that impact on the players that I get to coach.